All right, guys, I'm going to spend a couple of days on inequalities here. The first topic we're going to do is polynomial inequalities. Polynomial inequalities. All right, I'm just going to show you some here and kind of work through them. I'll give you the kind of weird today. I'm going to give you the steps at the end, see how that works out for you. First thing you need to do is make sure one side equals zero, is zero, in which it is. And then I'm going to solve. I'm going to act like it says equals even though it doesn't. I'm going to go ahead and factor like we have been, x minus 5, x plus 1. And I'm going to take my two zeros. My two zeros would be 5 and -1. I'm going to put them on a little number line down here, put -1 over here, put 5 here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a point in each interval, like each little part, like pick a point over here, pick a point in between, pick a point out here, and just see what it does to my function. So I'm going to start with a big negative, like a -4, for example. If I plug -4 in here and in there, it gives me a -9 and a -3, which would be positive when I multiply that out. I'll pick a number in between here. I'm going to pick 0 because it's an easy one. That means that parentheses would be -5. That'd be +1, which would be negative. I don't care what it equals as much as I care if it's negative or positive. That's all I'm really concerned about. And lastly, I'm going to pick a number bigger than 5. Let's say 10. If I pick 10, that's positive. That's positive. Positive times positive is a positive. And there's my signs, which is what I'm looking for my positives because it says in the problem that the polynomial is greater than 0. So your final answer is going to be able to tell where is the function greater than 0? Well, from -infinity to -1, it's greater than 0. And also from 5 to infinity, it's greater than 0. Those are two intervals where it's greater than 0 because I plug numbers in to find out. If that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, let me show you one more here. All right, x squared plus 3x minus 5 is less than or equal to x plus 3. First thing I'm going to do is I'm moving everything over here. I'm moving the x over, make it x squared plus 2x. I'm moving the 3 over, make it -8. I'm going to try to factor that, which it does, x plus 4, x minus 2. All right, now I need my zeros. One zero is -4, the other one is +2. I'm going to come down here, put those two numbers on a number line, put -4 there. Put 2 over there. Now, here's the key. You need to pick a point in each little area. I'm going to pick a point that's less than -4. Let's say -5, for example. -5 would make that parentheses negative and that one negative. A negative times a negative is a positive, so I'm going to put a positive sign right there. I'm going to pick a number in between here like, I don't know, 0. If I put 0 in there, that's +4, that's -2. Positive times negative is negative. Then I'm going to pick a number over here bigger than 2. I don't know, let's say 6. That makes 6 plus 4 is positive. 6 minus 2 is positive. Positive times positive is positive. Now the difference on this problem is it says less than 0. So I'm looking for where are the negatives. Less than 0 means negative. Well, the negative numbers are between the -4 and -2. There's the negative sign right there. And because it has equals, I'm going to use brackets this time because it says equals 0 is okay. So I go from -4 to 2. And that's it. That's all you got to do. All right, let's look at one more here. This one says solve and has x cubed minus x. Same deal. I already got the 0, so I'm going to go ahead and take out an x, which leaves me x squared minus 1. Hopefully you recognize that's a difference of squares. So I'm going to say x plus 1, x minus 1. So I need my zeros, and this time there's 3 zeros, a little bit different. 1 0 is -1. One of them is 0, that's this one out here, and one is +1. So I've got to find several things this time. Figure out where stuff's positive and negative. So pick a number out here, let's say -2. Then make that negative, all three negative. And if all three are negative, that's negative. Now let's pick a number in here. That's a little bit tougher. Let's say that's like -1/2. So -1/2 is negative. That makes that's positive. That's negative. So it gives me 2 negatives and a positive. That's positive. Now I'm going to pick +1/2, which makes that positive, that's negative. So since there's one negative, that's negative. And I'm going to pick a number out here like, I don't know, 2, which means that's positive, they're all positive, so that's positive. Now, because the problem's asking me for where is it greater than 0, I'm looking for positives, which is there and there. Now, where is that? It's between -1 and 0, and also from 1 to infinity. So that's where my answers are right there. And that's really all you got to do. Hope that makes some sense. All right, I told you I was going to give you the steps last. Here they are. Step 1, make sure one side of your inequality is 0. Number 2, solve the related equation. Find your zeros. Act like it says equals. Find your zeros. Put those zeros on a number line to find intervals. Select a test value from each interval. determine intervals for which the inequality is true, and that's your answer. All right, I hope that made some sense. If you don't get it completely, that's okay. We'll work on it in class tomorrow. This is one of those days where, it's okay if you don't get it completely. You will have it before we leave class tomorrow, though, I promise you. So I'll see you then. We'll work on it. See you, bye.